Hey yo, what's the deal, Merc fam? Thank you for tuning in to another review. I know that it's been a while since you've seen this channel pop up on your timeline. I've actually been a little sick, going through a lot of different things in my life, but you already know what it is. Your boy Merc is back like he never left. And don't worry, I've been working on my second part to the Oculus review. I've just been gathering a lot of gameplay. You guys can look forward to seeing me play Paranormal Activity, and on top of that, The Walking Dead. With all that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the real reason you're here, alright? Candyman. Going into this movie, I really had little to no expectations, alright? The OG Candyman movie starring Tony Todd was actually released before I was even alive. Todd is one of those actors that when you do see him in a movie or on screen, his actual presence is felt. From his towering stature all the way to his deep voice, man, this guy was built for the horror movie genre. To keep it all the way truthful with you guys, I'd never even seen the original Candyman. And it's not that I'm not interested or I never thought that it would be a good movie, but like I said, it's something that came out way before I was even alive, and it just wasn't something that me and my friends ever really talked about. This movie is actually still in theaters, and this gave me more reason to just go ahead and give you the review, even though I watched it about a week ago. I think that it all played out perfectly because there is a brand new Spider-Man 2 game that is being released, and the main villain character that we've seen so far is Venom, and he is voiced by none other than Tony Todd. I definitely feel like it's a perfect time to drop this review. I think that Tony is gonna do a fantastic job playing the voice of Venom. Think about it, if you really know Tony's voice, man, he is just gonna be perfect for this Venom role. Very deep, raspy, and angry. Now let's talk about this movie. I'm not even gonna give you guys a spoiler warning. There's nothing about this movie necessarily that I'm gonna spoil. I just wanna talk about what this movie made me feel and what I thought about it. If you couldn't tell Jordan Peele's involvement in this movie, I mean, you're gonna need some help, man. Off rip, the cinematography, the way that it was directed, the flow, the energy of this movie, the art that is depicted, the gentrification that this community goes through, it was all very enticing, and I really felt a part of this movie. There was a lot of good build-up. I think that there was a little bit too much explanation, if you ask me. I feel like this movie tried to explain the essence of Candyman way too much. From my understanding, it is the allure of the unknown with Candyman that draws people's attention. You go into a mirror, you say his name 5 times, and he pops up and kills you. Oh shit, it's crazy. And I know that this movie wants to do something different, right? This isn't 1989. They want to incorporate technology, these new type of teenagers, what people are doing. But I really got lost in this movie because they were talking so much about Candyman and then the gentrification of this city. I almost cared more for the gentrification that's going on and the people suffering in these communities than I really cared about Candyman. Jordan Peele knows how to appeal to the culture, and I love him for that. But this is Candyman, and all I wanted to do was really be scared out of my seat, jump up, spill some popcorn. But that's not what happens in this movie. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of good jump scares. I've seen a lot of gory ass scenes. They do not shy away from the blood or the body mutilation in this film. I also wasn't a big fan on how they really try to draw the correlations between the new and old Candyman. To my understanding, the original Candyman was killed because he had an interracial relationship with someone, and they killed him, burned him, put bees on him. I don't freaking know. But in this movie, it was some very slow type of guy who was giving out candy to people and had a hook for an arm. And because some kids got razor blades in their candy, the white cops assumed that it was this black guy who gives out candy. Like I said, the movie's about gentrification, and during that time frame, you know, black and whites just had a lot going on. So yeah, I really didn't like the way they tried to tie in these two movies. I just really felt that it was forced. If you just want to use the likeness of Candyman, go ahead, do some different shit. But this is actually the official sequel to the original Candyman. For those of you who thought that maybe this is just some spin-off or a one-off, no, this is the sequel. I had an alright time watching this movie. I love gore and horror and anything in between, but the fact that they were confusing so many realities with this one movie, it just had me clashing inside. I really couldn't enjoy it for what it's worth because it just wasn't necessarily about Candyman. The things that the main character had to go through and what was going on with him, it was just very odd, something that I've never seen before. Maybe if I watch the original Candyman, if I see it this Halloween, I promise you guys I'll watch it. But I'm sure if I see it, I'll know something more and I'll be able to really draw a line between the two movies and be like, oh wow, look, it's this and it's that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna give this movie a 5 out of 10 because it wasn't very original. All of my horror fans out there, I'm 100% sure that you're gonna like this movie, but it's not gonna be everything that you would want it to be. But you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Merc. It's been a pleasure, but I'm out.
Movie, but we know that you acting. With all of this heat, melt you up like you plastic. Niggas will switch up on you in a moment. Like a stack of hundreds, I'm never folding. Heard they changed on me, I never noticed. Hit her and her friends, once that's a bonus. At the top, but I came from the lowest. Married to the money, yeah, I'm devoted.